while I was in there, and I'll never forget this, I had a guitar cable, this one, with me, which was from the music shop. I just said, give me the best cable you got, and they gave me that, and I plugged in, so I've got the Black Machine 8, that cable plugging into the VH4, no, the Einstein, sorry, it was the Einstein and the Diezel, so all quality components. Playing along thinking, yeah, my sound's good. And then you said, try this cable.
Yes.
It wasn't quite this one, but it was the same make as this one. And I thought, yeah, sure, okay, let's try this cable. Plugged it in, and oh my god. The difference that can make was tremendous. And it's cordial.
It's cordial, yes.
The C6K 122N. Cordial cable.
Yeah, it's a pretty new one.
Nutric.
A pretty new one. A bit hard. So it's not very. It's sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable on stage because it's so hard. But it's the best sounding cable that I ever used. Maybe there are different. If there are other manufacturers that make good cables, I don't know them. I think this one is the best, but maybe I tried so many cables.
That's it. You have tried a lot, then, haven't you?
Yeah. Also, the length of a cable is very important.
Right.
So this one sounds good. I recommend 6 meters.
6 meters.
Yeah, and it's one of my experiences as a guitar player. Since I'm playing the guitar, is the guitar tone is the summary of all mistakes. Because nothing is linear. Nothing is linear at all. So if you want to have a linear frequency, don't distort it. So that's the first thing. If you want to have a linear speaker, it's hi-fi. You can't use a hi-fi speaker for a guitar amplifier, because it was, as soon as you distort, it's a pain. It's a pain. And this cable is as well. It's not linear. It has. It's working like every cable is working like a capacitor, and it filters. The higher or the lower the capacity is, the more or less it filters high frequencies. And it's not that it's not more or less. It filters a special frequency. Yeah, it's like an EQ. A cable is like an EQ. And some filter good. I was in contact with a manufacturer from Switzerland last year, and he said, my cable is the best, and try it, I'll send you a sample, and everybody says in studio it's the best thing. And I tried the cable, and it was fucking expensive, I said, yeah, you can have it for the dealer price, it's 160 euro. I thought, you dumbass, I never paid more than 30 euro for a cable, because there is no cable that's worth more than 30 euro. And then I said, well, but if it's a good experience, because we're into really very fine particular problems now. So we have found our tone years ago, and we're still searching our tone, and I have found so many issues and problems that guitar players have with our instruments. And it's not always only the amp. So I thought, well, I should invest this 160 euros and purchase this cable, and I plugged it in, and there was a recommendation. I'm sure everybody knows about which cable I'm talking right now. Please put this to the input jack and use this one for the guitar. So it was a monodirectional working cable. I thought, well, what's that? Well, yeah, it's not that we're generating DC power. I don't know what's going on inside that cable, and I plugged it in. It was sounding like this. I thought, wow. Then I take it the way that was not recommended by the suppliers, and it sounded like this. And I thought, I don't understand the philosophy of this guy. And then I called him again and said, I can't follow you. What's going on? Yeah, I have a studio, and every time I have problems with the guitar players in the studio, I'm using this cable and all is good. And I said, well, you might have mostly guitar players that are using a slanted guitar cabinet with a Marshall CCM 900 and a tube screamer and an Ibanez guitar. I don't get it wrong. I mean, I know that tone, and I thought, well, you have to reduce the highs, and you know, find a sweet spot in the mids. So it's just you're using this cable as a very particular EQ for a certain combination of amps. But you can't tell the people that this is the best guitar cable because it doesn't work in any way with our amps. It's just, you know, it's just destroying all the frequencies that we try to boost inside. So it's not even delivered to the input of this. And I thought, well, no, that's not our part of the philosophy. So it's not my recommendation for our amps. For our amps, it works. For some setups, it will work better than any other cable, but not in general. No. So I experienced there is a fine line between the cable getting too much influence in tone, or working the other way to just bypass the high signals that you can't handle with distorted amps. So it's like another instrument in the chain of things.
It's the end result will only ever be as good as its weakest link. So if you get a shitty cable, even if you've got the best amp behind it or the best guitar on the other end, it's not going to happen. No, so it was an eye-opener for me, certainly, because I mean, and I don't think it's the worst cable in the world, the one I've got, but
definitely not.
It's not certainly not the best either.
I think, and it's also a matter of taste. Mostly a matter of taste, because everybody wants to hear his tone differently. So maybe, well, I think this one is not filtering too much, and it's delivering a very, very neutral signal without its own tone. That's my way of thinking about the cable. But
and I also think, to a degree, something I probably like thinking about it with Diezels is that they are so versatile that you can achieve a lot of tones with them, a lot of different ones. So, and I was always thinking, you can only amplify what's there. So if you grab a guitar, which will give you won't define your sound instantly, a versatile guitar, with a cable which won't cut out all the frequencies for you, plug it into a Diezel, and then you're very versatile because you've got a lot of frequencies coming into the amp, and you can use the amp to shape the sound that comes out in the end.